It was a weekend of away games for Marquette Athletics, and we've got all you need to know from it.
So don't go away because we've got exclusive content you can't get anywhere else. Lego. Hello, and welcome to Golden Eagle Sports. I am Dewayne Gage.
And I'm Sean Mason. Women's volleyball played a pair of games last week. Last Wednesday night, they hosted Illinois State. Marquette jumped out to an early lead, taking the first two sets, but Illinois State wouldn't quit, winning the next two sets, forcing a crucial fifth set to where Marquette took the win 17-15, improving to 7-4. Autumn Bailey led the way with 13 kills and 14 digs, and Elizabeth Koberstein shared the wealth with 54 assists.
The Golden Eagles took on the Blue Demons Saturday and took a 3-2 victory over DePaul. Playing another 5-game set, MU won by a score of 26-28, 25-12, 25-18, 25-27, and 15-9. Freshman outside hitter Autumn Bailey tallied 29 kills while Nele Barber added 18 kills. The Golden Eagles improved their record to 8-4 after their victory over DePaul.
For the first time in her career, Marquette senior setter Elizabeth Koberstein won the Big East Conference Volleyball Player of the Week. Koberstein led Marquette with a league-high 69 assists in Marquette's win over the Blue Demons. In the Big East opener at DePaul, the Golden Eagles returned to play Friday, October 4th at Georgetown.
Freshman outside hitter Autumn Bailey earned a Big East honor roll mention on Monday. Bailey just continues to play well with a career high of 29 kills against DePaul and hitting .500. Bailey leads Marquette hitters this year with 4.07 kills and 4.54 points per set this season. Bailey also recorded the most kills in a single match by a student athlete against DePaul with 29.
Bon Szymanski, head coach of the Marquette women's volleyball team, notched his 100th career victory as the Golden Eagles coach after Marquette took down DePaul. Overall, it is Szymanski's 272nd career win as a head coach. Szymanski is in his 5th year at Marquette and is building quite the resume for himself. Now, we will take you to our analyst team. Denny?
Thanks, guys. I'm Deny Gallagher, and here with our analysts, Peter Fiorentino and Max Templin. Guys, positive result from the team in these last two results, but they haven't seemed to quite finish it in regulation, obviously needing fifth sets for both of them. What do they need to finish off teams quicker and gain that killer instinct?
Well, I think what our team really struggles with is the fact that we hit in streaks. So we'll hit 6 points in a row will be fantastic. We'll get kills from Lindsay Gosh, Autumn Bailey. We'll get great sets from Elizabeth Koberstein. And then we go into the next 6 points, and it's like our back row falls apart or our front line falls apart, or we hit 6 shots out of bounds. It's just not consistent play from our women, and we need a more consistent play throughout the match. I'm talking more like we get 2 points for every point the other team gets. I realize it would be doubling the score, but it's something our team needs to do, not to just hit in streaks, because it's not a healthy form of play.
Templin, how about you?
I completely agree with Peter. I think if you watch the gameplay, especially in the last 2 matches in the 5th set, everything is just perfect. The passing, the scoring, the attacking, it's just all, it works as a team. And I think that if they can get this groove, this is especially when Nayla Barber and Lindsay Gosh get in their groove, if they can just get in this groove earlier and end the matches quicker, they're going to have a chance to win more matches.
Well, Peter, you brought up Elizabeth Koberstein, and she's had a great set of games against Illinois State and DePaul, racking up 133 assists in the 2 games. She won Conference Player of the Week. How important of a leader/playmaker is she for this team?
She's extremely important just because she's a senior and she's the setter. She's really the heart of the team. And I think that she's a really big reason why, especially Autumn Bailey and Nayla Barber, the freshmen of this team, they're playing so well this year. And I think that's a big reason is because they have the leadership from Koberstein.
Well, I mean, you said it, Max. She's a leader. She is the Chris Paul of this team. She's the secretary. She's the front office executive. She's running the entire team. She's kind of like the facilitator, if you will. She kind of keeps everybody's emotions under control through the hard times and gets everybody pumped up during those good sets. She's also tied for 14th in the nation in assists per set, which is awesome. Anytime you have someone on your team within the top 20 of any category in the nation, you know you have some great leadership on your team.
Not only dropping nicknames, dropping knowledge as well. The DePaul game was a great game statistically for a lot of Golden Eagles. Who had the best performance in this game?
I'm going to go with Nayla Barber. She is a freshman. She's actually from Germany. She led
Sprechen Sie Deutsch.
Yes, exactly. She led the German junior national team to a world championship when she was a senior in high school. She's an absolute stud for this team, and she can only grow more. I really saw what I liked from her. Or I liked what I saw from her. Excuse me. She had 18 kills and a .455 hitting percentage, and she had 19 points in that match.
That's killer. Max?
I think that there's a lot of solid performances, especially from Megan Neiman. There's just a well-rounded performance. She had 14 kills, match high, seven blocks, But I think the most dynamic performance was from Autumn Bailey, leading the team in kills with 29. As always, she's the leader in kills. She's been a real force this year so far.
Well, guys, their next opponent is Georgetown, and thank God someone will be doing work in D.C. What does Bonchemansky need to do to pick up win 101?
Well, first of all, if you want to take this one, Max, first.
Sure. I think that this is going to be a win for Marquette just because these are two teams heading in opposite directions. Georgetown, they've lost their last 3 matches. It looks like they're really losing confidence. But I think that Marquette, they've won the last 3 matches, and I think that they're going to be able to do this.
I really like how Bonchemansky got the 100th win. I like how he got it at home. Against Georgetown, we won 3-1 last year. Lindsey Gosch had 13 kills, and Elizabeth Koberstein had 50 assists. We've already seen Georgetown before. Really enjoyed to see these guys doing it again this year.
Coming strong, as always, guys. Let's pass it to Sean in Studio 6.
Thanks, guys, for the great analysis. Now, don't leave your seat. We've got some great soccer action coming up from the pitch. Stick around. We'll be right back. And welcome back to the Golden Eagles Sports Report. Both the women and men's Golden Eagles soccer teams were in action this past week. We will start off with the Lady Golden Eagles, who traveled to Nebraska to take on Creighton last Thursday. Marquette and Creighton were tied at 1 at the end of the first half, despite the Golden Eagles outshooting Creighton 9-2. The tie would come to an end in the 57th minute on a goal from Liz Bartels. Mary Luba also had a goal, her 4th of the year. The Golden Eagles held on for the win to start off conference play on a great note.
The Marquette men's soccer team topped Xavier with a 1-0 victory against the Musketeers Saturday. Sophomore forward C. Norte scored the first and only goal in the 31st minute. Marquette won its Big East Conference opener, shutting Xavier out. This win improved Marquette's record to 5-2-1 and 1-0 in the Big East. Marquette has now won 5 of its last 6 matches. They're red hot.
The Lady Golden Eagles took on Villanova on Sunday. Marquette took the early lead on a goal by junior Maddie Vicker. Marquette had the edge in shooting, besting Villanova 7-2 in the first half. Sophomore goalie Amanda Engel played a strong 90 minutes, saving all 6 shots that came her way. Marquette's win improves their record to 9-3 and 3-0 in the Big East. Marquette's sophomore goalie Amanda Engel was named Big East Goalkeeper of the Week. In the 3 games of the week, Engel gave up just 1 goal. Engel played great this past week. Her goals allowed average was .36. Marquette will be back on the pitch at 7 p.m. October 3rd, hosting St. John's.
Freshman forward Liz Bartels was announced Big East Rookie of the Week on Monday. Bartels earned her first goal and assist against Milwaukee. To top that, Bartels scored the game-winning goal in the 2-1 win over Creighton in her hometown. Bartels will accumulate a total of 5 points of this week.
Sophomore C. Norte won a spot on the Big East Conference Men's Soccer Weekly Honor Roll. Norte scored a goal in the 31st minute against Xavier, leading the Golden Eagles to a 1-0 victory. This was Norte's 4th goal of the year. With Norte's selection, he becomes the 4th different Golden Eagles soccer player to be awarded with this honor for the year.
The Marquette men's team are currently in Madison, Wisconsin, in the McLean complex, taking on the Badgers, playing their last non-conference game this season. Marquette is coming off 2 scoreless wins over Loyola Chicago and Xavier. In their last meeting, Marquette defeated Wisconsin with a 2-1 nail-biter at Valley Field last year. Now listen to Denny and our analysts.
Thanks, Dewayne. Back here at the desk talking men's and women's soccer. We'll start with Coach Roeder's squad. They knocked off 2 conference opponents. What has struck you most about this trend of results?
You know, goalkeeper play always makes it easier to win games, and Amanda Engel has been fabulous. The last 2 matches against Creighton and Villanova, she's only let in 1 goal, and it's a lot easier, in my opinion, to win games when you don't have as many goals scored against you.
Well, what I've seen is definitely a continuation of success. Since 2009 in Big East play, our women's soccer team is a record of 38 wins, 3 losses, and 3 ties. Fantastic record in the last 4 years for our women's soccer team. I saw a very well-coached team, And Marcus Roeder does a very, very good job of recruiting freshmen, as you can tell, with Morgan Profit and Liz Bartels. Both two studs are going to be looking very good in the future. I'm really enjoying the recruiting job by Marcus Roeder this year.
Well, you practically wrote my next question. Let's talk about those freshmen. As Big East Rookie of the Year, Liz Bartel has scored 2 goals in the last 3 games, and Morgan Profit has also been a bright spot. Is this like to be expected? Like, what is going on as we get deeper in the conference play?
Well, I expect the exact same put out as far as stats go. She was Liz Bartels was highly recruited out of high school. She's won herself a starting role. And the dynamic I'm really enjoying as far as women's soccer goes is Megan Kelly and Liz Bartels, a freshman and a senior who's about to go into professional soccer, and that freshman coming out of high school, not having much Big East experience. I really enjoy that they're kind of like coaching each other, kind of helping each other out, working on that front line for Marquette's offense. It's really proving well to help our team.
A very good point, Peter. I think that you have to keep in mind that these are going to be the veterans of the future when Marquette keeps going on with their season. So I think that, especially the leadership we've seen from Megan Kelly and even Mary Luba, some of the other veterans, I think it's really showing in the performance from the freshmen.
Moving on to men's now, and they got a big win over the weekend at Xavier. At C North, they racked up the late goal to get his team leading 4th on the season. How nice is it to have him back on the pitch, Max?
Well, it's a huge difference. As you said, against Xavier, that's the difference maker. It was a 1-0 game. They would have gone into overtime if they did not have Norte back. So it's a huge difference because he's been the leading scorer, and you know you got to score in soccer.
I mean, what was this, his 3rd week back on the pitch? He was Top Drawer Soccer's named their Team of the Week this week. He's easily one of the fastest players in the NCAA. And we talked a lot last week about you need that spark plug on your team. We talked about how he now has the 4th goal of the season, which is a team lead. We don't have a lot of players who have multiple goals, but not one player who has all of our goals. So it's really important that we have that spark plug to kind of lead our team. We know who we want to pass it to now late in games. You want to pass it to C Norte because he's going to put it in the net.
Up next, it's Marquette. It's the Badgers. Who do you guys got?
Well, they're playing right now. They were tied at halftime going into it. I noticed some great play by Louis Bennett II. We said it last week. I'll say it again. I want goals from Axel Hoberg. I want to see him score. He's 6'7". He needs to score on this pitch for Marquette. He only had 8 goals last season, and he only has 1 this season, so I really want to see more scoring from him.
Max, how about you?
I'm also looking at Charlie Lyon. He's had fantastic performance. It's not just the women's team that's had good goalkeeping. The men's team has been solid with Charlie Lyon as well. I think the Marquette Golden Eagles pulled this off. Wisconsin has lost their last 2 games, and they're heading in the opposite direction as Marquette right now.
No extra time here. Let's cross it over to Dewayne and Sean.
Thanks, Danny. When we return, Golden Eagle Sports Report focus on the court from some Marquette men's basketball. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Don't want to miss that. Welcome back to the Golden Eagle Sports Report. For the first time this year, we will take a look at Marquette men's basketball team. Our own Mike Cianciolo talked with a handful of players at Buzz Barbecue this summer. Hear what they all had to say.
After the season ended, you were released from the program and allowed to transfer. And it seemed like you were going to go out to California by your family, but instead you returned here. Can you talk about that?
I just sat down and talked with my mother and the rest of my family when I got home, and I felt like it was the best decision for me to stay, so I came back.
Now you've been with the program for a couple years now. You're going to be looked more as a leader this next season. What do you see your role on the team coming into next year?
The thing with this team, we don't really designate one person as a leader. Everybody has the opportunity and ability to step up. Everybody has the green light. So in terms of me being older, I'm just going to try to guide the younger guys and help them do things that, that they'll go through as freshmen and struggle. So I'll just try to help them.
You guys have a handful of new guys coming in. Can you talk about what anybody, Marquette fans especially, can expect from them?
We should probably keep that a secret, right? Nah. Jamil McKay's on campus right now. The freshmen get here in a few days, but Jamil McKay, he looks really good so far on workouts, and he's really active, dunks everything. So we'll see how it translates over into the game.
He's going to be the first JUCO guy that Marquette has had well, we didn't have anyone last year, but the year before had Crowder.
Right.
So can we expect him to be kind of like a Crowder?
Well, I don't want to give him any expectations. I'll allow him to make those expectations on his own, but those are some big shoes to fill. So, I mean, not saying he's not capable, because he is very capable of doing it, but I'll allow him to make his own expectations.
First question, Steve. How's the right knee doing?
It's getting better. I'm just rehabbing every day and just staying with the trainers and with Todd and just getting everything together.
Yeah, your freshman year under your belt, year 2 coming up. How do you feel coming into next season?
I feel like I know exactly what Buzz wants, so there's no more being nervous out there and just going out ready to play now.
Okay, now the team has made it to 3 straight Sweet 16s, last year the Elite 8. What do you expect for this year?
Final 4 or better, championship. Actually winning the national championship. So.
You guys got, I think, 5 new guys coming in, 4 freshmen and a JUCO transfer. What can we expect from those new guys coming in?
Well, I've played against Deontay Burton a lot, so I know he can play, and I expect a lot from him because he can really play. So all the new guys, I played against Jamil McKay too a lot, so they just added a piece to our puzzle that we need.
Point guards last year were you and Junior Cadogan. This season, Junior's no longer here. You're expected to come in as a starting point guard. How can Marquette basketball fans expect Derrick Wilson to play in the starting rotation next season?
It's a tough question to start off with, but you know, just bring whatever I have to the table every game. You know, you're going to give my all. You know, I'm a team player. I try to lead as best as I can. I'm going to do my best, and hopefully that, you know, that produces wins. So.
We saw a lot of you in the tournament, in the postseason. Out on the floor, you were a huge defensive force. Are you going to bring that to the table? Or are you going to try to swing maybe more into producing on the offensive end and scoring?
I mean, I think I have to bring the defensive aspect, you know, because I think that's what wins us a lot of our games, you know, getting stops. But this year, I really do have to bring more offense. I'm not saying I have to be, you know, a average of 30 points or even 15 or 20 points. I just have to I think I do have to produce more offense though. Whatever that may be, as far as just scoring, anything, offensive rebounding, I have to do something. So.
You guys have freshman Dewayne Wilson coming in as another point guard.
Yeah.
Do you feel any pressure from him to maybe take that starting position at point guard from him?
I mean, it's not. I feel like everybody tries to turn this into a competition. It's not a competition. It's, you know, we're all on the same team. We're all on the same side. We're not here to compete against each other. We compete against each other, make each other better. But I mean, I feel like we're in this to win together. So we're not worried about who's taking whose spot. That's not what our worry is. So.
You guys, Marquette has made it to the Sweet 16 3 straight years. Last year you were in the Elite 8. Do you have any expectations for next season?
You know, try to go as far as we can. Try to even go further. That's always our goal. Is to get either that deep or even deeper. So.
What can we expect from Chris Otule this next season?
First of all, I don't appreciate you saying I've been here forever. No, I'm joking. But you can just expect, I don't know, the same thing that I've been doing the past years, going hard as I can on the court. When you think about it, I've only played like 2 full seasons here, so it'll be good to finally put together 2 back-to-back seasons if I can do that and stay uninjured. So I'm looking forward to that.
Now, there were a few times this season where you and Devontae were both out on the court at the same time. Do you like it when you have like 2 bigs out on the court, or do you like being the primary guy?
Oh, I think it's better when we play at the same time because we always talk about it, you know, like when we're together. Because me and my roommates on the road, so we talk about it all the time about how we should play together all the time and how we complement each other when we're playing each other at the same time. So I think hopefully we see more of that next year.
So do the rest of the fans. You guys do really complement each other really well because Devontae's more of that offensive guy. You're more of that defensive blocker, rebounder guy.
So we play well.
Marquette has 5 new guys coming in. Now, have you seen any of them play, and what can we expect from them?
I've seen about 3 of them play. All the guys there from Milwaukee, I've seen all of them play, and they're real. Our next class is real active. You know, all of them can jump high. Just real active, bouncy guys. So it'll be an exciting year up and coming.
How excited are you for your final season?
Yo, get out, bro. I'm really excited. Like I said earlier, I wish I could just stay uninjured and then we'll see what happens. Hopefully I can put together another decent season.
So you've got 2 years under your belt at Marquette, coming in as a junior. You're upperclassman now. How does that leadership role come into next year?
I think it just comes in like just being consistent. A lot to be on my shoulders, but I think I'll be prepared as the summer goes smooth. It's been going smooth right now. And I think it's going to be a challenge, but I think I'll be ready for it.
So Vander's he's entering the NBA draft. You were kind of the 6th man this year. It seems like you're going to step into his shoes as a shooting guard. What can you expect in that starting rotation? How much of a scoring output do you see for yourself next year?
I think the only thing that'll change is playing more minutes, and I'll be a starter. I think I've always been a scorer my whole career, and I think the only thing that'll change is just playing a lot more minutes, and my weaknesses will be exposed. I have to just tighten up everything and just be consistent each night, every night.
You guys got a handful of new guys coming in.
Yeah.
What can Marquette fans expect from those newbies?
The new guys are definitely, there's some incoming freshmen that's coming in that's top freshmen in the country. I think you could expect a lot out of them, like my freshman year. They're kind of like that type of freshman. They're very active. You could tell they're gym rats. I think you'll be expecting a lot out of them freshmen.
Former Marquette guard Darius Johnson-Odom was signed to the Los Angeles Lakers training camp squad last Wednesday. The Lakers drafted DJO with the 55th overall pick in the 2012 NBA draft. He was released by the team this past January and had been playing overseas in Russia. The former Golden Eagle hopes to wear the purple and gold for the whole season this time around.
The annual Marquette Madness basketball event will take place next Friday, October 11th at 7 p.m. at the Al McGuire Center. MUTV will be there, broadcasting the event live on GoMarquette.com as well as on Campus Channel 99. Be sure to either tune in or attend the event. For some basketball analysis, we will pass it to Denny and the guys.
Our analysis for one last time, and boys, it is Marquette basketball time, the best time of the entire year. So let's get right into it. Some new additions this year. We have 4 highly touted freshmen and 1 JUCO. Who do you guys like?
Really expect Dewayne Wilson to take over the point guard position by the end of the season. I talked with the director of basketball operations, Jeff Reynolds, was talking a little about the point guard situations. And so he was telling me how Dewayne Wilson was not quite at the starting level yet for the Big East, so Derrick Wilson is probably going to take over to start the season. But I want to see Dewayne Wilson really develop as we play the non-conference schedule and eventually get into that starting role.
I agree, Peter. I have high expectations for Dewayne Wilson. I also think that the JUCO transfer, Jameel McKay, is going to make a big impact this season. Usually our recruits are smaller guys that are quick, and that's just Marquette basketball. But we got a big guy, Jameel McKay. He's 6'8". I think he's really going to help down low.
I really like Juwan Johnson, a guy that you guys haven't brought up too much. I really feel like he brings that pure scoring threat that we really haven't had in quite some time. So I'm curious to see, now that we've introduced the freshmen to you all, who do you guys want to see on the court? Who's your starting 5?
My starting 5 has to start with Jameel Wilson and end with Devontae Gardner, and everyone in between honestly isn't too much of a big deal for me. I like Jameel Wilson because I like him as the next almost LeBron James. He's got a great body type. He could be an NBA star. I'm completely serious. His body type is huge, one of the most athletic players in all of the NCAA. I really like Devontae Gardner, of course. Your boy, automatic, makes every single free throw he shoots, and he just is an all-around stud for Marquette basketball.
I agree. You got to have Jameel Wilson in that small forward position. I think he's going to be the leader of the team this year. He had a great season last year, really starting to step up his game. I'm looking forward to see Dewayne Wilson and Juwan Johnson on the court together. I think that's going to be a very powerful front court.
All right, that's all the time we got. Let's send a alley-oop over to Dewayne and Sean.
I caught it, didn't it? Thanks, guys. That will do it for the edition of Golden Eagle Sports Report. Thanks for watching, everyone.
For our analysis, Deny Gallagher, Peter Fiorentino, and Max Templin, and my co-host, Dewayne Gage, I'm Sean Mason. Good night, Marquette.